PC gaming is no stranger to a hardware maker's ecosystem. Hardware brands all around the world work hard to make sure its products all intertwine together so that the more you buy, the better things look and fuse together. ASUS is one of them, and its Republic of Gamers, or ROG for short, packs a load of customization features, and the more you combine together, the better your PC setup. ASUS sent us its brand new ROG STRIX Helios PC case, and the name is just as extravagant as the features. In the case came some of the most powerful and cool looking hardware any gamer could ask for, and the ASUS made sure to pack some ROG components which added to the ecosystem we were just so keen to try out. The package included an AMD Ryzen Threadripper 2950X CPU, 32GB of XPG Spectrix DDR4 RAM, an ASUS ROG Ryujin 360 cooler, an ASUS ROG STRIX RX Vega 64 GPU, ASUS ROG Thor 850W power supply, all packaged onto the awesome ASUS ROG Zenith Extreme Alpha motherboard. In short, it was the ASUS ROG heaven, and the Aura Sync RGB that came with all these components made it light up like every gamer's dream. The ASUS ROG STRIX Helios case is a beast. I spent a good few hours with it exploring everything it has to offer, and it's definitely not your average run-of-the-mill gaming chassis. It features a clean and sleek design ready for all modern gaming components, including the Zenith Alpha motherboard and Ryujin cooler. On the front there's a glass slab that has the iconic ASUS and ROG logos, and it has integrated Aura Sync RGB. The fans are all protected by dust filters, and the tempered glass sides easily come off with a simple press of a button. The case features a multi-function cover that can be adjusted to support your graphics card and motherboards. The ASUS ROG Ryujin 360 cooler is as extra as anyone could ever get it. It is pricey, coming in at over 2,500 Rand, but the features make it worth its asking price. It has a 1.77-inch display that shows stats such as temperature and a customizable logo. Why would you want to put a custom logo on it? Well, because you can. We exported a GIF from our video library and we put it into the Live Dash program, but it never worked. We realized that there were some requirements to adhere to before it could appear. Guess we were a little too excited. The GIF needed to be a specific resolution and size, so after exporting it to the correct size and uploading it again, it worked. The cooler also features an ROG Aura Sync, but more on that later. The Ryujin cooler, other than looking cool with our logo flashing on the OLED display, also keeps track of the temperature of your CPU and other things. It integrates with the motherboard to read voltages of your power supply, fan speeds of your case and GPU, and frequencies of all your ROG components. Think of this display as an external program that you would usually download to view all these stats, but without having to download anything extra. It allows for a quick glimpse at your PC's current health while looking awesome all at the same time. So the only downside to this gaming rig, in my opinion, is the ASUS ROG STRIX RX Vega 64 GPU, only because it's not an Nvidia RTX card. It would have been the cherry on top if it was. Still, the GPU is a beast, but we know that already. The main point I want to touch on is the integration of the card with other ASUS ROG components. First off, we have the ASUS Fan Connect 2 feature that allows the fans to connect to all the other fans in the case. This allows them to all operate at the same speed and adjust automatically based on the one reading of the highest temperature. You can adjust the modes to your liking, from auto mode that operates the fans to the best optimal setting to a fixes mode, which is up to you to decide. Then we have the user defined mode that allows the case fans to reference the GPU or CPU to determine the best speed in which the fans must run at. In short, the GPU fans and the case fans can all live in harmony, as the calibration features create a perfect ecosystem for the cooling of your ROG devices. Gone are the days of your power supply being a simple box powering your PC. The ASUS ROG Thor 850W is a fancy power supply with an impressive design feature. Sure, inside of it we have the patented ROG heatsink, but the integration of the power supply with the motherboard, the GPU and the CPU makes all the difference. The power supply features a real-time power draw monitoring system which displays on the OLED display. Just when you thought the RGB could not get any more out of control, XPG added it to their RAM. It is a nice addition, but what makes it even better is the fact that it also supports ASUS Aura Sync, so when you adjust the settings it will change the color of the RAM lighting too. The top of the RAM modules glow, pulse and beat, all depending on your preferences and how you've set up your PC. So the brains of the whole operation are thanks to this monster of a motherboard. The ASUS ROG Zenith Extreme Alpha makes sure everything I have mentioned above runs and looks pretty all at the same time. It too goes hand in hand with the other ASUS ROG components to create a perfect ecosystem. The board features a live dash similar to what we have covered on the Ryujin cooler and offers the same system readings as the OLED display on that component. You can also load up a custom GIF to the display too, which shows in black and white animation. The motherboard has a strip of RGB lights underneath that make it glow as if it is floating in the case. There are also a few other strips which all work together with the Aura Sync system. I never knew I would love RGB after hating it for so long, but ASUS makes it hard to hate on the Aura Sync systems. Whatever has Aura Sync slapped on it all integrates together to deliver a visual treat. The app then controls everything that is detected through the motherboard, be it the GPU or even just a strip of RGB lights. When you access the app, it is quite easy to use and you can go to town on all the customization options available, be it changing the breathing speed of the rainbow effect of your lighting or just turning it off completely. Whatever is plugged in can be tweaked on its own, or you can do a system-wide change that merges everything together into one and makes them work together. For example, I set up a starry night sky which glistened throughout the PC. It twinkled on the GPU, then on the stripper lights, and then on the motherboard. It's a small detail, but it is something very unique. Everything we've covered up to now does a great job merging into this ecosystem that ASUS has created with its hardware. Not to mention the extra strips of ASUS ROG RGB lights that have been installed and plugged into the motherboard to take advantage of the Aura Sync features too. Dare I say, it kinda feels like something as great as Apple's ecosystem, where you know if it has ASUS ROG written on it, it will just add to the already exceptional experience that the brand offers with the products you already own. I could go out and get one of the many ASUS accessories like a headset or a keyboard, plug it in and it will detect my preferred lighting and presets and just sync it perfectly. This sort of integration is rarely seen in the tech world today. The ASUS ROG Aura Sync really blew me away. It was my first time spending a good amount of time with so many ASUS products, all inside one awesome ASUS case, and the way they all became one is its biggest selling point. The Aura Sync gave me the ability to change the settings to fit my mood. The live dash features on the CPU and motherboard not only gave me more customization options, but also great insight to the hardware monitoring of the components, and the ease of use of all of it just made it so enjoyable. Yes, it does force you to look out for what you're purchasing to make sure the hardware works with all your fancy features of your current hardware. But when you think about the cool things you can do with it all, it makes staying in the ASUS ROG lane much more enjoyable. For those who are considering PC components, it may be an investment to start looking at some ASUS ROG stuff. Sure, it will take a long time and a bucket load of money to get to the point of this gaming rig, but you can't argue with the ecosystem. But that's all our thoughts on this ASUS ROG setup. What do you think about it? Please let us know down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing and checking out our other content. And until next time, farewell.